So it's for you guys to have the perspective of what if I could share this with someone that I love and potentially save their life. For me, it was the understanding that we have a physical body and that within that physical body is the energetic body. And as you said before, like a young high achiever, I was very driven from my head, and going through the journey, realizing that a lot of what caused my health issues was just purely suppressed emotions from a young age. And we do live in a space, or in a space where a lot of it's about like being the love and being the light, and that's like an intention and a mission, but then there's also the parts of us that can be looked at. And for me, the big thing that I speak of now is around energy and the way our body actually responds to energy. So I know I can get a little bit sciencey with the guys here today, and that's in terms of like what we understand about the body and the cells is that we've been told that the nucleus of the cell is the brain, when in fact it's the cell membrane, and it's basically got receptors on the outside that interact with the outside environment, the extracellular fluid, and then we have the effector on the inside. And the receptor and the effector are always in a relationship of response. And so if you think of it as like an air conditioner, if you've got the doors open all day, the air conditioner's working flat out, it's going to overwork over time. And so what is actually really interesting about the cells and what we know about epigenetics is that the environment outside of our cells determines the way the cell functions. And when that cell is put in an abnormal environment or outside of its balance, it will start to compensate or adapt to survive in that environment. And over enough period of time, that cellular challenge becomes dysfunction. When we have enough accumulated dysfunction, then we start to get an accumulation. That's where we'll then have mutation, and that's when we get the general development of any kind of dis-ease or illness within the body, because at its core level, it's just excess stress. And so with that, one of the biggest things I've learned was that I always thought that our cells were just responding to food originally, and then going through things like EMF and mold toxicity, things like that. But then additionally, what we're putting on our body, for me, most important is what's going on inside our body in terms of our mental and emotional state, because those receptors and effectors, they actually are responding in every moment to our emotional state as well. So if we're living in a perpetual state of fear or stress or worry, the body, even beyond the time of eating the food or having the EMF, for example, we're in that state all the time, whether we're awake or we're asleep. So for me, it's being able to do more inner work for the mental and the emotional release so that our body can actually come into a calibration where it's at balance, rather than trying to work through fear or anxiety or worry or, anger. That was a big one for me, was the release of anger. So